Yes.
I'm going to go and transfer you to management, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Elijah.
Hello, hi.
Hi. We've spoken before.
Oh, Danielle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, hi. How you doing? These calls are being recorded, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, so I was told by Michael Martin, the Senior Vice President of State Compliance, roughly about 20 different times, please cooperate with the property inspection so that AmWest can proceed with processing your insurance claim disbursement. And here it is. It's
Correct.
been over a month, and none of the $122,000 which have been held has been released, even though the inspection has been complete.
The inspection has not been completed. That's the whole key to all of this, and it has been since the beginning.
No,
We understand the inspector went over there,
and he did the
and was ready to
inspection.
go in, but there was from my understanding, there seems to be a difference in communications of what you said versus what he says you said, and what he understood. So the inspection was not completed. The whole point of the inspection was to get inside, take some pictures, we could release money. That didn't occur. So we're back to square one. We either need that inspection with the inside and we can release money. Seems pretty straightforward.
He did. So
Or now,
just to
because
clarify,
he didn't go in, now we
just to,
he didn't go in because
he did go
of
in.
what?
So
The
please stop
asbestos.
saying that. He did go in. There's
Oh,
pictures where he has taken pictures on the inside. So please stop saying that. That is patently
oh,
incorrect.
oh.
Okay? Number
Okay, he
one.
went inside.
Yes. He sent
Sent
you pictures. He sent 3 pictures of the foyer. All of those images are his. So that's incorrect.
So they're not pictures from what Gus is telling me. We have pictures of the foyer.
Yes.
That's it.
Because he said I can only take pictures of things that have been complete. You guys know the interior is not complete at all. It's at 0%. Because you're holding $100,000 of my money.
So you're saying that he would only take pictures of anything that was
No,
completed,
that's
not that he
correct.
didn't go in because of any other hazardous issue.
Right.
He didn't go in because he was advised.
No,
And
he
nothing
did
been
go
done.
in. Please stop saying he didn't go in. I have video
Well,
evidence of him going inside.
Okay, let me clarify. When I say go in, I'm referring to going in all the way into all the rooms that were impacted.
He didn't
Not
want
just
to
the
go in
foyer.
there. He made that clear.
That's why that's what I'm trying to clarify with you.
Yes.
Right? You're saying he didn't want to, and he didn't go all the way in because he understood the work wasn't done. So you're telling me the impression you got or the indication he provided.
No, I can
was
send you
there was
text
nothing
messages.
done.
There's
He
no
didn't go.
impressions.
Right.
I can send you actual text messages between he and I that he only records what is complete. His inspection that he submits to his parent company is only of work which is complete. Anything that's complete it's left out. I have had this discussion with
I understand what you're saying.
I've had this discussion with Gus 3-4 times. This is my third with him, so this is my first with you. So this is getting beyond frustrating because what you guys are saying is not matching what Michael Martin is saying, and it's not matching with the federal law from Fannie Mae. You guys at AmWest are acting completely off the rails.
Okay. I'm trying to get to the bottom of the inspection disparity in terms of what wasn't done, because an inspection, when we give them the scope of work, they're supposed to be able to go in and what they're supposed to do, regardless of the work that is or isn't done, go in, perform an inspection based on the scope of work, and say 10% done, 100% done, and something in between. nothing's been done, we'll get a report that says, only the foyer was done, for example. Nothing else is done. And we get photos. But that's not what we received, and that's what we are trying very hard to resolve.
Well, you have his.
What we needed.
You can talk to the inspector. I mean, I talk to him directly. And I report everything I talk to you guys back to him because he's confused as to why this is a problem. He's never had this kind of problem where he reports on what's complete.
He should have taken pictures of what was not done. Just taking pictures in general. Just pictures of the inside telling us this is where it is right now. That's what we needed.
Well, that's what I expected. Oh, that's what I told him. So when he's been doing this job for 11 years. He's a veteran at the job. He explained that when he goes to a site, he takes pictures and reports on what's complete, not what is not complete. I got into detail with him because I explained to him this is a very big issue. This is going to court. So we have to be very careful about how, and he explained to me what his job is. And he says, I only report on what's complete, not what's not incomplete.
Okay, so we got a report back, and the report should have said, if, for example, if we have pictures of the foyer, and that's completed, and that was 10% of all the work, then the report would say 10% complete.
No, because he took.
Not agree?
Would you
not agree if that's the only part that he says is complete?
No,
that's what it would show
the interior. No, the reason he took those pictures of the interior is because I said I want to make sure you take. Because he said I can't take any pictures of the interior. I said I know. I heard you already.
Why?
But the reason
because it wasn't done.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I'm just telling you what our conversations were. And I have text messages of them. So the thing is, the reason he took those 3 pictures is because I said, hey, look, they're going to make a big deal of you not going inside. Because I'm doing the interior under duress. Let's get that clear. I said, so because you are already in my house, because he had to go through my house to get to the upper foyer. I'm sorry, not the upper foyer, the upper veranda of the back veranda to take a picture of the cabinets, which have been completed. So I said, because you're already in the house, make sure to add these pictures in because they're going to pretend, and that's exactly what I said, that you did not come in or I refused you to come in. And that's not correct. And that's why I also have my security cameras that have us walking through my home. Because I knew this was going to be some bullshit that AmWest was going to play. So when we take this to court...
we only are conveying what we are being provided with.
Well, his job is not matching what you guys are saying his responsibilities are.
Exactly. Okay. So what we got from them, because we hire a company who hires the inspector. We don't go directly to the inspector that comes to your home. That's not how our service works. So that's not what we do. So we don't have direct contact with them. So you're saying to me that the inspector that came to your home walked through your home.
Yes.
And has been in your home.
Yes.
And took some pictures, but not of everything that we needed them to take pictures.
No, he takes pictures of...
The outside would not go in.
The only reason... Let me clarify. What he took pictures of is just of the house in general, to prove he was in there. Because he said, there's nothing done in here. Do I have that correct? I said, 100% correct. Nothing's being done because these cleaning funds are 100% being held by the lender. So what could be, he said, well, I can't record anything as complete.
I'd like to say lost in translation, but I don't understand. I thought we were fairly clear on what we needed. You had, like you say, under duress, you agreed to allow the inspection to occur. We want to move this forward. All we needed no cost to you for us to do that, other than a little bit of your time to be there and coordinate it. All I needed to do was, they went through the home, and because there was nothing done yet, didn't do any write-up and didn't do any pictures.
I just told you exactly what it is.
Right. So what we're getting from them is completely contrary to that. All right. I'm stuck with going back again to our inspection company to say, this is what they're saying. He has proof that he walked through it. He has video. He has all these things. And go back to the inspector again.
Yeah, the inspector, and I have text messages.
It shouldn't be this complicated.
I agree. Well, first of all, what shouldn't be complicated is you guys say mitigation funds are supposed to be released immediately, and that's where you guys messed up. You also went ahead and cashed 2 checks, which I refused for you guys to go ahead and do. Those were cashier's checks that you were supposed to release to me directly, but did not do that. And so then that's called UCC conversion. So you guys have broken all sorts of federal laws and state laws. So we don't need to talk about what's hard and what's easy, okay? Because AmWest has been making it difficult from Jump Street.
And all of this started because the funds that came in that we needed to deposit directly into our account because of the amount of the check went directly into somebody else's account, and
right.
we did not endorse, correct?
And you guys could have corrected it. By law, you're supposed to correct it. He talked to you guys. Gus talked to you guys the day of June 12th. Gus could have said, hey, we can't accept this. Can you go ahead and give us the full check? That day, all this could have been fixed. That day, by law, it was supposed to be fixed. I'm so glad these calls are recorded. Because that day, you guys should have met your obligation and corrected the public adjuster if you didn't feel he was doing your protocol or Fannie Mae's protocol. So this could have been all averted.
It had already been deposited.
That's okay. By law, the way it works is you guys are supposed to say, we can't accept these funds. We're going to send them back to you. He gives up, then he recuts the full check, gets it back to AmWest, and then everything goes as it should go, right? But that's not what the protocol was followed. That could have been corrected from AmWest's side.
Okay.
That's the law.
All right. So now so the 2 checks, if we're rolling back to that, 2 checks came in, deposited, but the original check that those monies came from were not deposited by us nor signed by us.
Yeah, but you guys ratified it. In law, just so you understand how this law works.
Your public adjuster would have dispersed the full amount of that original check back to us.
That's correct.
In the pieces that we did get. So we would have ended up with the money and held it anyway. But it would have gone back and then back again. Because we would have gotten the full amount, not in 2 pieces.
Either way.
That's what you're saying.
Either way, those.
We would have held it at that point.
Well, if you guys would have held it, that still would have been illegal because California and federal law says these types of funds are supposed to be released immediately. And you guys already knew that. That's why all the calls with us have said, mitigation funds are released immediately. Why? Because now I've been displaced from my home for 6.5 months. I have not lived in my home for 6.5 months because of these games. You guys have added $100,000 more in costs to State Farm just by holding my money. So not only did they have to pay me for my claim, but now they've paid this hotel an extra $100,000.
Because an inspection that should take 10 or 15 minutes did not occur when requested months ago.
Well, first of all, these funds, that $82,000 were strictly for cleaning. And we have verified it from top to bottom, not only with State Farm, but with ServPro. So all of those mitigation funds should have been released immediately so the house could have been cleaned. You guys do not conduct inspections on cleaning. You guys conduct inspections on structural repairs. This is not a repair, it's cleaning.
We also conduct inspections on condition of property.
This is not a condition issue. This is smoke particulates is not considered a part of the collateral value of a property. That's what all of this is about. Is if a lender is trying to protect the value of their collateral, it's the value is locked into the structural portion, not based on particulates and whether or not someone goes and sweeps.
But we still would need to be able to verify that condition by going inside for the inspection.
That's not how it works. We all know that's not how it works. So I don't know why you're lying. I don't know why you're lying. I have no idea why you're telling me incorrect information, but it's regardless. This is recorded, a recorded call. All of the calls have been recorded. We're going to sequester those. And I already know federal law now because of these games that are being played. I know state law. I can read it letter by letter. I even know the codes. So the reality is you guys are in complete violation and you're trying to add more to it. State Farm's going to get their money. I'm going to get my money. Trust me. But the reality is you guys should stop playing games. You have broken so many federal laws and state laws.
We'll go back to the inspection company and see if we can get a clarification on what the inspector did and didn't do. Again, we're still back to, this is what's being conveyed to you is coming from senior management. I'm kind of below that one, so I cannot change what their requests are and what their requirements are in their communications with the investor. That is what's being conveyed. I will certainly push back on the inspection company to clarify again, because you're giving me more information or clarification on what you're saying has happened, which is not being conveyed to us. If what you're saying is if we're going to push back on the inspector and have them give us more information so that we can check off the inspection as complete.
Yes, he came to the house, he walked inside and out. He only reports on what's complete. He explained, there's no reason for me to be taking pictures of anything that is not complete. All the images you have are from things that were complete. The only reason he took pictures of the interior was because I said you guys were going to make it some bullshit big deal. And I wanted him to make sure his report reflected the truth, that he was inside my house.
Okay. I appreciate the clarification and your time. I will get back and push harder on the inspection company to get more details. And he will be back with you, right?
And if you guys need, I can send screenshots of everything because it's going to be in court anyway.
Understood. We will get back with you with an update on the inspection.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Danielle.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Percy. Have a good evening.